the auditions that I see, it's never really the thing that I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for the thing that you think I'm looking for. It's mostly like basically how you talk. Yeah. Basically how people talk and how they express themselves. People tend to think that acting is like that thing of like being quarrelsome or talking fast or like stuff like that. And you're thinking, I'll do that. Like you don't have to do those things. Like when I need you to do those things, I'll ask for them. But like now I just need you to like talk like a regular human being. Wow. Like how you would talk. Actually, when you're talking to someone before the audition, you're like, if you could stay like that, that would be perfect.
And then as soon as the camera comes on,
then they start doing things. Pretty much what you say, they start acting. Yeah, and that's what you're trying to get out. Like you don't want people to act, you want them to be to be themselves or to be the thing that they're supposed to be. So for me, casting is extremely hard for me. And that's more one of the things that I dread. Every time I'm writing, I can start killing off characters before they even mature, because I'm thinking I don't have a person for this, so I can't have them. Wow. I start removing them.
Because the people are here.
I know, they're everywhere, there's so many people, but the problem is that they kind of ruin it when they audition. They change. Like, there's an actress that I really wanted to work with, because I saw them in I think it was like 2 seconds. They had a small clip that was out there and they just had a simple reaction. And in my head I was like, oh my god, this chick is such an amazing actress. So I made the mistake of not even casting. I just called them out. I'm like, can I work with you on this? And then the first day of shoot, I realized that they couldn't actually remember anything. And I was like, oh my god, I made a poor judgment then. So now, because of that, and it cost me around 30 million, just that mistake alone. So from that time on, I was thinking, oh my god, I need to be careful. Like I need to actually double check and triple check and make sure that this person is not going to cost me so much money. And I hate failing, so it has to get done, you know?
Wow, yeah, I'd love to hear from more people. But talking about the script having a rhythm, it's true, coming. Scripts have beats. That's where we get the word beat from in a script. Beat, a pause, a silence. It's all musical language. And if you understand music, you understand scripts because it's the exact same language.
So the acting, the casting process for me, starts when I get the script. So when I get a script, I do a character breakdown. And that's when it starts. Usually, sometimes I'm reading and I've already started building up this character. I'm like, wow, this looks like Sanyu, you know, as I'm reading, you know. But after the script, you know, the more you read, the more the character is developed, the more you see other things that relate to this character. So it starts with when I read the script, and after I read the script, usually I take time to understand this character. Even if I've just nailed one of them or thought of someone, I do research a lot about actors. So I start relating to this person before I call them in for an audition. Most times I do private auditions, because when a director gives me their script, I recommend people, but after relating to them, and many times me and the director, we somehow don't agree. Actually, most of the time they write the script with people in mind. Then they give me the script and we're disagreeing. For example, I'm working on a film and this person owes an actor a role. So he tells me to cast for him and I'm suggesting people, but he's like, this one should be the
because it's promised.
Exactly. And I'm like, but he doesn't fit the role. I'm like, I like this actor, I have nothing against him, but he doesn't fit the role. And he goes like, you're typecasting. And I tell him, but then when you write your script, you're describing someone. So me, I use this description to get you the person. So if your description says a rugged guy, old? Why are you bringing a young, smart, confident person? Why are you telling me to get you this person? But then at the end of the day, I'm like, these are my recommendations. Bring them in. But if you insist on the other one, definitely there's nothing I can do about that. But these are my recommendations. So the casting process for me starts with the script, then understanding the role and the character. Then that's when I start calling in people. But then there's some roles that are unique and are hard. For example, roles that involve skills. In Uganda here.
Perhaps you can tell us about the audition for a lady who could be physical fighter, but also a dark skin, and so
yeah, true.
Tell us about
Actually, that's where I was coming to. When it comes to skills, most of the actors here in Uganda are just actors. I mean, they can't run 1 kilometer. They can't swim. They can't drive. And sometimes we want this person with everything. Because at the end of the day, we are not going to put you in a motorsport or something to make you drive rallies. We just want you parking a car properly. So that's when we end up looking for this person, because personally, that's when I start putting up a casting call. Okay, I need a fighter. He should have a six-pack, should be tall. I'm not saying you're going to tall. Many are tall, but they don't have 6 packs. And when you find one with 6 packs,
they don't know how to speak English.
Exactly, English is a problem. So really, that's when we start looking out for something we are not seeing. But before then, we have people in mind. We call them in, and they audition. Sometimes they're like, it will be option B once we fail to get the perfect role.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'll come from the perspective of, what if I never meet you on set? What if I've never seen you? Yeah, because maybe you may not even meet me on set. Maybe I may not even know you before. Oftentimes when we're doing casting, I try so much to avoid having someone in mind, because that corrupts my decision making. So whenever I'm writing or the writer is writing, I don't want them to tell me what is in the story before I read it. So I want to first have the script. So I don't want to have minds of who might be this person, who might be the other. I always try to avoid thinking of those that I've seen or I have known. All right. So I read the script and I get to hear the voices, get visions of who these people might be or might look like. But I don't have a specific face. All right. And put out a call, a casting call. Most of the times we put out casting calls when we're doing films. I hardly go the hand-picking and all that, because I have a thing of spreading out opportunities to everybody and not locking myself in one circle. So I don't play safe that I work with only this actor or the other actor for eternity, unless they're lucky enough to find themselves there in the next project and the like, if they deserve to be there. Well, so when you put out a casting call, oftentimes it's usually virtual than physical. And what am I really looking for? First thing you need to know is that when you're doing auditions, it's as cold as you're going to be heartbroken. All right? Don't put your expectations too high. You're going to get heartbroken. So, when you know you're going to get heartbroken, you come in knowing, I'll get broken anyway. So, even if it happens, I know I have been there before I actually reached there. So, prepare yourself for that. Because oftentimes you don't get a call back that you're expecting. So, you're going to get heartbroken. When you do the audition, forget about it. You can note it, record it, but forget about it. Because when you keep on waiting, expecting, and it doesn't come, you go, oh my God, you get depressed and all those other things. Yes. So, when auditioning, first off, you may not know who the person really is, but maybe the casting notice will tell you that they are looking for someone of this caliber and all that, so you start to get yourself. Okay? First first thing I really look out for is the appearance. All right, the appearance of that actor. And if it's done virtual, that actor must have good photos. Professional photos. The headshots, the full shots, the size and all that.
What's a professional photo?
You go to the studio, it's well lit, clear, every feature of you is visible, and it looks like you. Yeah, you get what I mean? It looks like you.
Ladies.
Don't surprise us with a different look and a different look. So it should be almost not edited or less editing work done. It should really look so much like you, and every feature of you is visible. When I look at this photo, it might trigger me that, oh, this person looks like the other that I didn't know. Okay, I could know how the character should sound or should look, but I don't know how they look, and I don't know how they sound, but I know how they should. So when your photos come and they're really professionally presented, it will give me a better understanding. If they are not, truth be told, if the photos are not looking cool, I don't cast you. That's it. No matter how interesting you may seem, I don't. That shows me how serious you are with this career. And I love working with people who are serious. So if you don't have those, even if your application comes in, we're like, okay, that one doesn't have professional photos, put them aside, let's look for other people who have them. That's the first thing. So, secondly, for intended to provide you monologues or ask you to make your own. I'm talking about the virtual one for now. When you're shooting your monologue, the first thing before I actually watch it is the length. Yeah. If it's anything beyond 2 minutes, if it's 3 minutes, I can push to watch that. If it's anything beyond 3 minutes, I don't want to look at it. I'll put it aside. I'll watch it last after finishing all the others. Okay? So, if it's the shorter it is, the better. So, the length of the video. And then, how did you shoot it? Landscape, portrait. If it's landscape, yes. If it's portrait, I will watch it later too. That's how I do it. So, if it's landscape, well and good. And then, is it well lit? Can I see you well? The actors who send us monologues, I'll not talk about the TikToks for now, but there are those that send us monologues and they are shooting for you an actual scene.
Yes.
Dude will shoot for you the environment, then brings you over. They even bring props in the frame and all that. I'm like, why? Like, why? Okay, it should be a steady shot. Your medium shot, I would say, and it's well lit. So that gets me to watch it. Now, when I watch it, before I actually pay attention to what you're saying, is there background noise or not? If there is, I'll watch that later too. All right? If there is no background noise, I'll pay attention. I'll be like, well, this person is organized. If they could really take on all this effort to do it this way, then I'll pay attention. So, I'm watching your audition. When you're doing any audition, it doesn't matter what you say. What matters is how you say it. Okay? I'm looking for someone who can speak, first off. Speak well. Speak English, speak any language that we're casting. So, when you can utter out your words pretty well and good. Now, how do you say these words? Okay, we've been talking about rhythms here for the actors. If you're doing any audition video or monologue whatsoever, try as much as you can to express all the 4 major emotions. That is the anger, the sadness, joy, and fear. If you have all those 4 put in your monologue, and you have the rhythms there, okay? The rhythms of going high, going low, having moments of whisper and all that. Observing how dynamic you can get with your voice and your facial expressions. All right? That can convince me that, oh man, you can literally take on things. Because when I'm doing a film, almost every scene of mine has so many rhythms to go with. It starts differently. The opening is different, the body is different, and the ending is different. If you cannot go through that. Even the dialogues alone usually have like 3 layers of them when I'm directing them. It doesn't come off just with 1 layer. So if you can't be able to play around with that rhythm, then it will be hard for me to get you to that level. And I don't have that much time to get you there. I'm not your acting coach. To direct.
We are.
Yeah, so you have to be able to do those things. So if you watch your monologue, you speak well, you have the dynamics and all that stuff, I'll be like, okay, I feel convinced. Let's shortlist this person. All right? So, the other thing, you send your monologues really well, your pictures are really there, maybe your resume if you have one. You must put your contacts, of course. And there should be contacts you pay attention to. When you apply for a virtual audition, I believe every actor or every human being who is in the digital era, if you, or not they can maybe, but I check my email every hour. Okay? And if you check yours once in 3 days, you might miss out a callback. I did a casting recently for a feature that I'm shooting, where I left set to come here. But people were called back via email. We didn't call anyone on phone. We made sure we called back on email. And we made sure we want people to miss that if they're not serious and they don't get cast. Okay? So we called back people on email and they took 2 days without seeing their email and we cast them. It was deliberately done because we wanted to see who is serious about their career and they want to work. So people are waiting for calls and they never can. Those that saw their emails in time, they made it to them, to the casting. We did that to make it harder for everybody to get the role. Okay? Yeah, it was intended that way. We even missed some good people, but because they were not prepared enough to have that. Okay, so because I knew if someone could push their limit to be that level, then that means they really want what they're doing. Okay? The other thing is pay attention to the instructions given on the casting notice. Pay attention a lot. Because any single error you make will make me, the observant casting personnel, change my mind. I would think you will make the same mistake when you're given a script, when you're given a role. I don't think you're responsible enough. All right? Now, so if those things are sent in and they're organized the way I've said them, you may get the role. If you look like or sound like I said, you'll get heartbroken. You may not sound like, but you may look like. Okay? We all know we cast you to teach you how to do our role. We know you're a good actor, but our job is to teach you how to do the role we are giving you. You don't have to be perfect there and then. You have to know how to sound well. I hope that helps.
I think from what they've said, we can see that the harder part of auditioning is on this side of the table. It's not on the actor's side. All you need to do is look good and know your stuff. These guys are suffering with a whole bunch of people and production costs to deal with, so they need to find the right person. The least you can do is be the right person and go home and sleep and watch your Netflix. They're still up at night wondering who to pick.